Bonjour, mes amis. Mon s'appelle scopedandshot, and I don't know. That's the only French I'm gonna use today. But today I'm bringing you guys a 55 and 8 headquarters on village, and looks like I'm using the noob weapon, the Type 95 before it got patched, I think. But who knows? I don't know. But I did have a good game this game. First off, it's 5:42 a.m. in the morning, and I just woke up about 20 minutes ago, and I decided to do another commentary. I just posted one like 10 hours ago, and I'm gonna do another one. And when I get home, I'll post another one. So yeah, 2 videos for you guys today. And today I have 2 topics, and one of them is a topic I didn't get to talk about yesterday, but I'll talk about that one later. The first one is that Kim Jong is dead, and that's not very good news because, well, the province of North Korea, or the country of North Korea, or well, it'd be the North Korean or the Korean province, but yes, the country of North Korea. That's not very good for them because they don't really understand who's their leader yet. I mean, well, it is his third son, I think it is. I think his name's Kim Jong. I'm not sure, but he will be becoming the new leader for them, and that's not very good because, well, first off, he's very young, so he's not very experienced, and it might throw the whole country in turmoil, and it might threaten the whole the regime of North Korea, which, I mean, it could be a good thing because if they revolt against him or something, I don't know. It could be a good thing because then, maybe North Korea will turn into a democracy and then they'll morph with South Korea. But, he could also just use the nukes that they have. And they could use the nukes, they could turn them against themselves, but I doubt they'd do that. Most likely if they knew that they were getting threatened, if they were getting close to the nukes, they would just, I don't know, send them off. I don't know exactly where they'd shoot nukes at. I mean, I would think South Korea, maybe the U.S., or maybe even Japan, but there's not really a point because, there is a point, but to me, I think that if you shoot them at the U.S., that they will just get shot down because we have the most advanced, early warning systems and anti-missile launchers out there. And, I think that once we detected them, that they'd be shot down and they would just blow up in the atmosphere and poke a hole in the ozone layer. But, I mean, it's better than a million people getting killed. And, I really doubt that whatever happens, that, we will end up getting nuked. Because a lot of people are under this false consumption that, we'd get nuked by North Korea. And that's not so. I remember I was at my friend's house, a month ago. And we were sitting at the table just talking about, just random stuff like we always do. Before we went back to my house or something. I don't know. Who cares? But I remember they said that, oh yeah, they'd own us in a war. They have way more nukes than the U.S. And I was like, are you retarded? I don't understand where people get this false consumption that that North Korea is way stronger than us, and that's not even so because their country only has 16 million people. We have 360 million people. So I mean, person-wise, if they try to invade us, we would just kill them by numbers. It doesn't matter if they were better than us. We would eventually get them because of the strength of numbers in the army. So, and plus, I mean, the U.S. has, they've been trying to get rid of their nukes with Russia because of the whole arms race and whatnot. And I hope you guys like this little history lesson. But yeah, us and Russia have been trying to get rid of nukes, and I know that because of the START treaties, which is where they try to which is where they eliminate I don't know. Okay, to this time we'll eliminate 1,000 nukes if you do 1,000. All right, we'll do that. And they keep going. I mean, eventually, I doubt that we'll actually eventually get rid of all our weapons, but it will be better than Russia having 20,000 nukes and us having 15,000 nukes and threatening to blow the shit out of everyone in this earth. So. But yeah, I really don't think there's much to worry about North Korea, honestly. The biggest threat right now is obviously Iran, or if you guys think so, or it should be, because their country is just messed up. They're just a bunch of freaking Islamic weirdos that are just all about control and all about threatening people. And the way that these Middle Eastern countries work is that if they threaten people around them and they get their demands, they hope that they will get their demands met. I can't talk right now. and then they will be able to, get whatever they want. And that sort of reminds me of in World War II with Hitler. What he did was, he'd be like, okay, if you give me this what's it called, the Sudetenland, it's a country like to the east of them, I think, and he wanted that back from the treaty. And if he's like, if you don't, then we'll just go to war with you. And they're like, all right, here you go. And that's called appeasement. And everyone thought that if they kept doing that to Hitler, that he'd be satisfied. But eventually he was not, and he started World War II, which is one of the greatest atrocities to mankind. Okay, that's my little history lesson for today. But yeah, North Korea, not a good situation right now. But Iran is a little bit worse, I think. It's crazy bastards in the Middle East. Second topic, which is what I was going to talk about yesterday. And I don't know if you guys follow sports a whole bunch. I mean, I think a majority of people in the U.S. do, and I especially do. I love sports, and that's one of my favorite things to talk about right now. Not talk about right now, but yeah, I just love sports. And I live in Cleveland, Ohio, or near Cleveland, Ohio, which has probably one of the worst franchises in football. I mean, it's really bad. The Cleveland Browns are horrible, and all the other sports teams, they're not that great either. I mean, they do have like a good season every once in a while. I mean, the Cavs, they did have, a good team for a while until that one guy left, But yeah, and the Indians are also, I mean, they have their ups and downs, but this really annoys me. Okay, so you're from your city. Say you're from, let's say, what's a good sports town? Los Angeles. You're from Los Angeles. What do you think most people in Los Angeles like? I would guess that it would be the Lakers, and it would be well, they don't have a football team. But yeah, we'll use the Lakers as an example. Everyone there likes the Lakers, and why is that? That's because they're from their town and they're good. Now over here is really pissing me off. Everyone from here says they like, well, you're supposed to like your town team. That's great. I mean, there's like maybe half the people actually do like the Browns. There's the other 25% who are Steelers fans. That really pisses me off. And that's not even that bad though. I'll get to that later, but yeah, there's tons of people who say they like the Steelers. It's just because the Steelers, when they were old enough to decide what NFL team they were gonna like, they're like, oh yeah, the Steelers, yeah, they're pretty good, and the Browns suck, yeah, they're horrible. It's even worse than that though. There's people, and this is really funny, because I'm on every day or every Sunday on Facebook, calling everyone bandwagoners because they are. And half of them don't even understand what that term means, and I tell them that, and they're like, "Oh, no, I like them because they're good." That's the definition of a bandwagoner. If you like a team just because they do well and they win games, that's called bandwagoning. You're supposed to like a team from your heart, and that sounds kind of gay, but I mean, if they're from your city, you should like them, and that comes from the heart. You don't care, or I mean, it does matter to you if they win or lose. Most of the time, if they win, they're like, "Oh yeah," but if the team that they like from their heart wins, it's like, "Hell yeah, what up?" But if they're the team that they bandwagon for, if they lose, they're like, I don't really care. But it gets even worse. Okay, so if you guys do remember, like 2 years ago, the Vikings were really good. The Chargers were really good, and the Jets are still decent, but they're better than what they are right now. There's so many people from my school that like them, or that did like them, and I remember that was like 3 years ago. And a lot of people did like the Saints too. And the Saints were like the worst franchise in football. They win a Super Bowl, and people are like, "Oh yeah, I'm a Saints fan. I'm a Saints fan, guys." Oh my God! And nowadays you don't see many of those. I don't see any more. I had to burp, but I kind of stopped it. That's kind of weird noise. But today, a lot of people do not like the Chargers and those kind of teams. Minnesota. Because they used to be good, now they're not. And they're like, oh, I never liked them. What are you talking about? I like the Browns or something like that. Or they've just moved under to a different team. But nowadays, people like the Packers. Most of them are Steelers fans. A lot of them are Steelers fans, actually. And it's so bad because there's this one kid in my school. He is a Browns fan and a Ravens fan. How is that possible? Like, I was just talking with him in biology. And I was like, so yeah, Browns lost this weekend. He's like, yeah, I'm okay with it though. The Ravens won. I'm like, what? He's like, yeah, I like the Ravens. I was like, that's not even possible. They're division rivals. That's like someone liking the Ohio State Buckeyes and the Michigan Wolverines, or the Browns and the Steelers. I mean, just. And here's what I said to some person yesterday. I said, liking or this person, they like the Packers, and that's like, there's like at least 20 people in my school that say they like the Packers now, just because they beat the Steelers, because everyone hates the Steelers here, or some people do, a lot of people do, but I gotta hurry up. Yeah, they like the Packers and the Browns, and that's not even funny because they're sort of rivals also. And I told them, I was like, liking a team just because they win, because that's what she finally said. She's like, I like them because they're good, and I like the Browns because they're my team. And I said, liking a team because they're good is just comfort for the fact that your team that you're supposed to be liking sucks. And, whenever the Packers start losing, no one's going to like them anymore. But anyways, the Packers lost today, and people didn't seem that upset about it. But anyways, thank you guys for watching my little rant. I hope you guys enjoyed my history lesson as well. And I will see you guys later. Have a nice day. Like the video, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you guys later. Peace.